Hey, it's Don the Auction Professor here. I thought I'd do a haul video today. I know I've had several questions on that. Here it is. We're going to pop over to my screen. I've picked 20 items for today, and we will go over the items one by one, and if you have any questions or comments on them, we can go from there.
Okay, so here is my first item I will talk about. This is a painting that I got. I think we actually spent $5 for it at a garage sale. It's actually in oil. It's got a very nice, actually hand-carved wooden frame. Postage was extra. It cost me literally around, I want to say $18. That postage obviously is for me, so don't pay any attention to that. That is what I would have paid, but that's the price I got out of it. It was a pretty good deal on that one. I took maybe 10-12 minutes to pack it up, I would guess. That was a good one. Next item is a lovely fancy fairy nymph. This is actually a paper label for clothing. It would have been pinned on it, or it would have been for fabric. You can kind of see it there. We got $75 for it. I had a couple of these. I sold them both the same day to the same person for $75 a piece. Let me hop over to the other side and show you some clothing. Here's a shirt that we got. This was $5.99. It was half prices, so it would have been $12. It's actually got metallic thread in it. We literally got, I think it was, $145. Again, $6 investment. Good sale for us. If you need to see our store, Modern Marquee, that's the first clothing item. This was a quick sell. These were up for a week maybe. We ended up getting quite a bit for them. Really good purchase for us. I don't usually look at shoes. This was actually right around St. Patrick's Day, and it was literally setting up in the St. Patty's items, so I knew they were men's disco shoes. This kind of item sells very well for us, and you can see the sale price there. I think we took best offer, so honestly, I think this one actually went for $200 if I remember right. I don't know why it doesn't show it there. That's our list price. We got $200 for it. Next item. This is actually a little card that would have come in a literally like chewing gum. I got a bunch of them for like $12. There's the back. You can see what this one went for. I had like 14 of these, I want to say. I got over 1,200 for the whole lot of 12. These are very scarce. These are probably one of the hardest to get inserts. They were some kind of gum and tobacco too that they made too for these, Toulouse and Pepsin. But good makers for us. Again, we made 1,200 on that $12. Here's another one off that same one. These are probably the two best cards out of it. Some of the other ones went in the same range or higher, but again, these were the better two, or at least in my opinion. The Wright brothers, how can you go wrong? Here's actually a ticket that we sold. This one actually, I don't know why it doesn't show again here, but we got $250 out of this. It's actually a ticket to basically a grand ball, and this was actually New York at Madison Square Garden in 1882. You can see it right there. There is a perforation that would have been on the right side. You can barely see it, but that would have been the stub that they would have taken at the door. These are usually very fancy. It's actually from a steel plate engraving. Again, we got $250 out of this right out the door. Very good purchase. I buy multiple stacks and box lots at auctions and estate sales. I have people that call me, so this stuff shows up for me fairly often, this kind of material. Next item. Here's a baseball uniform I sold. This we got $200 as well too. Again, I'm not sure why it's not showing that, but it's from the 30s or 40s. It was a quick seller. We had it up for 2 or 3 days. I turned it inside out. I did the whole work showing it. I knew it was old when I saw the buckles on the pants. That's always a plus. Again, this kind of material and type stuff sells very well. It's futuristic. It was like a metallic, spacey spacesuit kind of silver. Very good sell for us. Next item. These are wheelman buttons for the penny farthings, the giant wheeled bikes. This is circa 1870s. You can see the back. I don't remember the exact maker mark, but these are very sought after. Actually, it's a Scoville's. I actually had two large ones that I sold for $75 a piece, and then the small ones took another 2 months or so to sell. But we got $30 a piece for the 5. One person bought them all, sent them all off right away. Another good purchase. I'll go into buttons. This kind of material you can see. I buy buttons all the time. You can always get a few bucks for some. I will probably do a couple videos on buttons, maybe 3 or 4 videos, because there's a lot to talk about and people see them all the time. Big money maker for us. Next item. These are actually crafting tools. I think these were German. Yeah, these are German. I paid $1 for each one of these, and I sold the whole lot for $1.45 out the door. Shipping was extra, of course. They were new, never been opened. Good buy for us, quick sell. Next item. This is actually a Victorian trade card from the 1889 Exposition World's Fair. It's for Heinz Ketchup. That's literally when this was made. You can see I took 87 on this one. It was not a quick sell. I think we had it for 4 months, but it was a good sale. Huge profit margin. Santa die cut. We got 65 for it. I believe he was about maybe I wrote it in there, 8.5 inches tall. This is 1890s, circa 1910. Awesome subject matter. I love Santas. Father Christmas. It sold very well. Christmas time sold really quickly. Next item here. Here's a 1980s original Yoda poster. This was like a fan-made one. I had 4 of these in 4 different colors, and this gentleman bought one of each for $52. I think we settled on. I think he got them for $200 shipped. I think for the 4 that he bought, and then I had others. I paid $1 a piece for these, so for me it wasn't any concern whatsoever. Good buy, good sell. Next item. This is a poster stamp. If you're not familiar with poster stamps, they started right when stamps first started. Poster stamps are like a way to advertise. They could stick them all over the place. You can see it's only just over 3 inches tall, 2 inches across. That's literally what I sold it for, $192. I'll buy box lots, stamps, all kinds of stuff. Whatever there's money, garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores. A lot of people just would probably not think anything of this. I probably paid a few cents for it, honestly, with a whole bunch of stuff. I'll buy these in lots and books and stock books and binders full of stuff like this. I'll even buy them from other dealers, antique malls. People miss this kind of item all the time. It's small. Who would have thought it would be worth that? It's not a stamp, really, but it's actually a play. This is a stage show. This person would have been very famous, like maybe, like a Brad Pitt style person from back then. But again, it's a very good item. I sell a lot of paper, maybe 10 grand plus every single month. Some months it's maybe twice that. Let's see, next item. Here's a Soul 45. You can see the price. Usually stuff that's oddball on these labels. Stallion, this is out of Detroit. It's a small group. Soul records sell very well. I've sold some over 4,000. Last Christmas we sold one for over 3. You run across them if you look enough and know where to look. Detroit's not too far away, so this kind of item shows up for us fairly often. I'll usually take a ride to Detroit and pick up something or check out the sales there sometimes. That's one of the records. Next item's a coat. Berber, this is actually like a waxed canvas. I want to say I paid $17.50. Usually the jackets where I got this one at were like $34, $35. I don't think I got it on full price day, so it would have been like $17.50. It even had some minor issues with it, but you see what it sold for, $195 out the door. Here's a close-up of the label. Well, if it'll close up on us, well, we'll just zoom in for a second, but there's the label. I turned it inside out so they can see it. It did have some minor wear on the very bottom, but from what I understood, you could re-wax that and you wouldn't even know it was there. They take them in somewhere. It's like 30 or 40 bucks. This jacket new was like $800. I'd never pay it for it. It was weird feeling. It looked like leather, but it wasn't. Next item, we're getting down there. Another die cut Santa. This one I really liked. Old World, almost a little bit evil. We got 136. It was another quick move at Christmas time, I think, or just after. But it was a good mover for us, a high profit item. Again, these show up in auctions, buy them in box lots, attics, wherever you can find them at. I have people that bring this stuff to me these days, so I don't really look for it a whole lot. It just kind of comes to my house, or I'll have to drive somewhere, but that's about it. Here's another one. This one just sold. I believe why it doesn't show again, but I took, I think, 45 on this one. It's adorable subject, early Victorian Christmas, finishing Xmas pudding. There was a pudding set for just kittens. This gentleman actually bought two. He spent $90 with us on two cards. The other one was a cat one also, but that's just average price-wise on something like this. We saw quite a few of them. Some days I might sell 40 or 50 of these type of cards. I've sold as many as 110 one day. But again, it varies. I always sell several at least every day. I'm a numbers guy, so what matters is the end result. So I'll show you how to break down and how to figure out your monthly projections if you're interested. But I figure them all out, day by day, what our projection should be for the end of the month, just what I do. But I'm going to start going over some things like that too after this, some money or savers, penny pinching items you can do, things that'll make your life easier. And the last item I am going to show is, I was talking about this, I think, actually in another video, and I had meant to actually pull some more records out to discuss them, but it actually is sold. That's the actual price I sold it for literally 2 days after I posted the one of my haul videos on records. Andrew's sister's Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. I got 95 out of it. The last one I sold went for, I think, only 75, so I was quite pleased with this one. Again, I paid $1 for it, as I do most 78s. It's overlooked all the time. You can see right here, look it up yourself. That's what these go for. I got a little more than most because I grade correctly. Don't ever use like a VG plus or NM minus on a 78. A true 78 buyer or collector is not going to like that. That's not how you grade a 78. E minus is the grade that this is. The grades that I only buy in are V minus, V, V plus, E minus, E, and then E plus is usually what I see. There is another grade higher than that, but those are the grades you're probably going to see. I would never grade anything or try to even get anything in any grade below that or above that. Well, above it, obviously, if I could, but I would never want to grade it that way. I think that would overstate any record if you graded higher than E minus, or I'm sorry, higher than E plus. Again, it's a quick money maker. It's a mover. This one we didn't have up very long at all. It sold very well, very quick, so it was a good item for us. Records always do well if you get the right ones. If you really are serious about doing eBay and making more sales, this is how you're going to do it, selling items like that.
There you have it. That's our first what we sold on eBay video. We'll try and do one at least maybe once a week, maybe at least every other week. So you can kind of see where we're at. If I've talked about something in one of my other haul videos, I'll try and show you when it sells, so you can kind of see where the prices actually go on the items. Should have some more videos posted up here this weekend still, or first of the week. Again, watch, subscribe, tell a friend, and enjoy my videos. Thank you.